What's up? This is Dirk from Boss Dragons, and we're going to be talking about the Zero Morph. This is for new upcoming breeders and for hobbyists that want to really know about the Zero gene. So this is for you. Stay tuned in. We're going to take a deep dive into the Zero recessive genetic morph. A Zero is a patternless recessive genetic morph. So I want to discuss the visual genetic makeup of the Zero and what it does to your dragon visually. So I want to discuss every aspect, what the Zero can do for you and how you know that you have a Zero in your possession. So a Zero is a recessive homozygous trait original copy of itself. To tell that you have a Zero, they have no pattern and they have no color. They don't retain color and they don't retain pattern. So if you have a Zero, it's a patternless dragon. It doesn't retain color. To know that you have a Zero, they have black melanin nails through their fingernails and to their toenails. It's all black. That's how you know you have original copy of a Zero. Now, the difference between a hypo Zero, the hypo Zero is one of the craziest looking animal. It's like paper white. It's very beautiful. It's just something that you're just like, wow, when you see it. The only reason why it's that white is because you have the hypo gene into it. The normal Zero does not look bright because the normal Zero will look dark and like light gray or very light gray, but not bright white or a smoky color. Now versus a hypo Zero, it's a big difference between the Zero and the hypo Zero by appearance. They're the same homozygous, but one is just one homozygous original copy of itself, and it's two homozygous for the other that carries two visual copies of two recessive morphs in one. So it's combined. Now you have a hypo Zero. The hypo Zero just makes the animal look that much better than your normal Zero would look like. As I explained in my last video about the hypo, go check that out. It will tell you all about the hypo and what it does. If you have a hypo Zero, this is what you look for, is that it looks all white, that has all white nails, all white abdomen, down toward the torso area is all white. That's how you know you have a hypo Zero. Now you got different variations of Zeros that has more recessive genes into them, like the hypotrans Zero or the trans Zero or the leatherback hypotrans Zero or the trans leatherback Zero. They're all Zeros, it's just different variations of recessive all mixed together that creates the appearance that look different from each other, but still are the same, just having multiple recessive lines into their DNA to pass it on. But there's also different variations how the leatherback will come in, the incomplete dominant, that will come in and change the way the scaling looks. It looks a lot smoother and it looks a lot cleaner, especially when you have the hypo version of it. It looks so beautiful. Zero has a lot of potential. A lot of breeders have like given up because they say you can't go further, but you could take it really further. You can mix a lot of different lines with it, and then even if you don't make a visual Zero, the offsprings could be very special with color or genetic stripes or Dunner with genetic stripe head Zeros down the line. That I'm just throwing ideas out there. There's still so much potential with the Zero, what to mix it with, especially you want to add on different kind of attributes what other morphs does to each other to make a special dragon. But it's a really exciting morph. It's not being played with a lot since, you know, a lot of different dragons are coming out and, you know, everything changes the popularity. But I think you should breed different or have something different. Don't just keep looking like everybody else and just standing in with the crowd. Sometimes you want to create your own lane, your own path, and that's just the way to go. Just be your own self and do your own creativity. So now that we got that down pat, there's just, if you have a Zero, these are the kind of characteristic visual effects that you want to know, like what makes the genetic makeup of the Zero. You either go light versus dark. Either way, both of them are really nice. You can really create nice bright things with the hypo white Zero, or you could create dark animals with the normal Zero. Normal Zero is like not being played with a lot. If you play with the normal Zero with other dark genes out there, you could create potential. Also with the bright ones, don't sleep on the bright ones, because the bright ones also make beautiful animals, because I have made a lot of beautiful animals with the Zeros. There's still so much potential with the Zero, what to mix it with, especially you want to add on different kind of attributes what other morphs does to each other to make a special dragon. I hope this helps you, what the Zero gene does and what it can potentially do for you as your projects moving on forward, or just having it as a pet. Even though I said that the Zero does not carry any kind of patterns or anything like that, there is offsprings when they're born, when Zeros are born, they will have pattern, but it's more like a shade pattern on their back. But eventually that pattern like goes away, fades away throughout when they grow through their evolutionary stage. As an adult, it usually fades away and it doesn't retain itself. It just disappears. But there's also other versions where the bearded dragon has like a marbling look. When the Zero comes out with a marbling look, it's really interesting and beautiful. It's like, wow. But that is just patches of marbling. Sometimes that stays, but not as vivid as an offspring. It will just fade down the line. Or sometimes it just goes away completely and it's just gone. That's just how the way the Zero morph is, and you can't really explain that. There was a Zero out there someone hit and it looked very unique and very beautiful, and they called it an incomplete Zero. Now, I could see why that could cause like a lot of confusion, because there can't be a such thing as an incomplete Zero, because it doesn't have the visual effects, your normal look of a Zero. That's why he called it incomplete, because it doesn't have the full version copy visually how the Zero would look. To my standard and to my ability, the dragon is a paradox. It's a Zero paradox. That's what it is. It's just sometimes when two DNA try to express themselves and one tries to overmask each other, it just comes out that way. It just comes out differently. It's not an incomplete Zero. I think what he meant to say is an incomplete visual Zero, because a Zero will still give the offsprings to be het for Zero, meaning heterozygous for Zero. It's just a paradox. It's where two DNAs are just trying to overmask each other and one's conquering the other, but it just comes out that way. That's why paradox is very rare, because they never come out the same. And you're like, what? Paradox? Normally paradox is a purple paradox, but no, there's different variations of paradox. So I hope this helps you down the line and you understand the genetic makeup of the Zero. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and share it to other people that want to know about their bearded dragon if they have the Zero. Pass this video along. Maybe this could help you understand more better about the Zero and what you're having. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna try to make a video of one of my favorite morph, and I don't want to disclose that yet. Maybe just keep tuning in so you can find out what morph I'm gonna do next that's really my favorite that I've been working on, and I hope to see you on the next one. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.